Welcome to day 17. Is there anything in particular anyone wants to start with?
I have a little one to start with.
Sure.
I like when Oprah was talking about her garden and sharing it, and I like to bake, but I don't like to bake like on a deadline, like every day. And then I do just like to give it away because it's just like, I understand selling it too. It's like it's worth something, but for me, it's like it just makes me feel better. Like someone will come to mind, and I'll think I want to give them this, and it's just like me just wanting to brighten someone's day.
The joy of baking for you.
It is the joy of giving. It's the joy of like knowing that you can give something to someone and you really don't know how much that might have made their day just to get something nice that they weren't expecting.
And getting something baked is really nice.
Yeah.
And there's something different about getting it from someone that baked it rather than just buying it in the store.
Yes.
I feel like the love and the intent, like everything is in there when you give it to them.
Yeah. I liked taking that idea and like expanding it to other things. It's like I grew it, I don't want to waste it, it's better to share it.
Yeah.
I like that, and it could just be like your hope, or it could be like, I don't know, some like accomplishment that you've had. Like as you grow yourself, you grow others around you as well. Like share that success.
You publish or something, or you want to share their skill with someone. If you need me, I'll edit that for you, or you just keep it going.
Yeah.
If you do something of value that brings value to the world, then that will grow.
Right.
So that's what's interesting is like this life coach I really like, Jen Sincero, and I like discovered her book when I was in Oman, that transformative time, and then I like manifested her the week I was back in Milwaukee. Like she was there on a book tour for a new book, so I went and saw her.
Right.
But one of the things she says in her book is like as she was becoming this person, like she started kind of like this online writing business because she got like a life coach herself, and they gave her this persona of like who she had to be and all that. She's like, this was not me, but it did achieve her success, and now she is like herself. But I asked her, I'm like, do you think it's possible to have been this successful just being yourself the whole time? And for her, she's like, for me, no. She's like, these were my instructions, and it's kind of like a process I had to go through, is be something that wasn't you in order to achieve success and then become your own person again. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like you should never really sacrifice who you are.
So what's your end goal? Maybe there are some steps that you can take to achieve fame, but in the end you have to analyze whether that's your end goal or not. And if it is, I think that's a very unstable place to be, because there's always going to be someone famous and better, and it's like pandering to your ego.
It is.
And your ego's always scared and threatened by anybody else's success or anybody else that's doing something that you're doing but a little bit better or differently or whatever. Then you're threatened by all of these things. Whereas if you're doing something that's fulfilling to you, you don't have to be threatened if somebody else is doing the same thing. You want people to do the same thing.
It's so true, because like, when I was performing more in the last couple of years, and it was like when I started off in LA and then went to Vietnam, and I was performing over there, and it was so interesting to me because it was the only thing I've ever done where I literally did not care about being paid to do it. Because when you're starting off in LA, you're not going to get paid. The things that they let you perform, and you hope they don't make you sell tickets. But the joy of it is just in the doing of it. And then like getting better, feeling yourself do like a song better, or feeling the audience reaction, or someone coming over after me like, oh, I really liked your set, or, something like that. And it's like, that was enough. And so that was like the purest experience I've had with doing something that, sharing an art form or pursuing a passion. Like with writing, it's kind of like I would finish something and there was still like, I don't know if it's good enough. Or if I tried to publish it and they didn't publish it, I'd be like, was it really good? You know, I read it.
That self-doubt.
They didn't, you know, or any TV show, you do it and it's over, and it just wasn't the same kind. Maybe it's because it's not immediate. I don't know. It was just like totally different than anything I've done.
I think having an income and then pursuing your passion is a real gift.
Yeah.
Because
I need to write that
you don't have to make money doing the thing that you love, and you just love it.
Yeah. And I used to say, even as I did it more, like, I don't want to be famous. Like, that was not my goal at all, because I've seen fame, what it does, and I'm like, I don't want anything to do.
I think it's scary.
It's scary because people are worshiping you in a way or treating you a way based on not knowing you.
Yeah.
Or they expect you to be a certain way.
Yeah.
That's something that I find very strange.
Expectations of people because of your fame, and it's like, I don't want to go with that. It's a dicey game with ego and fame and what it does to you. It's dicey no matter how centered you try to be.
Saudi is giving us this opportunity to pursue all of these different things without worrying about money, because we have a source of income, and it really gives you the freedom to do what you want and not care.
Because like we're doing open mics in Bali, or just like I just remember that experience, and you know, just the crowd, or like having a good crowd can just bring a lot out of you, and it's just like a really freeing, fun experience that has nothing to do with money, or which is like really nice. But like you're saying, if you have the financial freedom to do it, you need to be able to get to Bali, or you know,
exactly.
You know what I mean, to do the open mic. It's like,
But there's so many different paths out there that you don't have to do it the way that we've been taught to pursue success.
Exactly.
But I think that's the thing that people need to understand, is that there's a whole world out there, and just because you think you've grown up in this place and you have to live here and this is the path that you have to take, you just have to go literally on the internet and find people that are doing things in a million different ways, and they're pursuing their dreams,
and you're your person.
You just have to find resources, and they are available to you.
Kind of going back to that garden part, I liked, actually what really stood out to me, because I had that whole like idea of growth, like the seed versus like the through challenge. But what I like what Oprah said is when she talked about, like, you know, you have the soil, you plant it, you nurture it. But I like that she said you hope it grows vibrant. And I love that word vibrant. Like, great use of it. Like, it's just beautiful and flourishing, you know, and special and unique. There's so many positive associations that you can put to that. This goes to the idea of everyone wants to grow and evolve, but I like that they attached in their own way and at their own pace. It's part of like, you can't like try to force things upon other people. You can't know what's best. I like the idea of the individualization and the personal timeline.
I wrote a lot about that too, because there's things that they talked about with be an example but don't force change, and that people are still listening even when they seem resistant. They are still on some level listening to you, and at a core level they want to share that hope with you. So that really resonated with me, that, you know, sometimes it seems like people have that wall up, but, you know, a wall has holes in it, you know, it's permeable at times, and so like the hope can still seep through.
I like the idea of them talking about the meditation as being like, that's when you're at your true self. And kind of like, that's when you are most kind of open, it seems like they're saying, because you're not thinking. And they talked about being present without mental analysis or interpretation.
I like that, the analysis, interpretation.
Analyzing the situation and because it's such a construct, it's putting all of my past issues and experiences and everything into the present. And leave it out.
And that's like a challenge in a way to me.
It is a challenge.
To just be in the moment and not interpret and analyze things with your mind. Like, just let it be and then see what happens. Which is what they're talking about with meditating, I think. You're just there in the moment.
Just practice not having your mind bring in all of this thoughts. And it's surprising how hard that is.
So
Even
hard.
for just the 10 minutes, just to sit there and try to be present in the moment and not analyze.
Oh, I know, to not have other thoughts or other people come into your mind that you're thinking about, or what's going on with this, or what's going on with that, or what about, and
what
just
do I
to
have to do today?
Just have it be the mantra, and
that's what's been happening to me in the at actually like the sunset when I'd come up here for like the salutations. There are moments where I'm just like doing it, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why do I feel so strange? Why do I feel so different? I'm like, because I'm not thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just doing. I realize I'm literally like always thinking and full of thoughts, and like sometimes even if it's just that moment, it's like it's such a weird feeling to not think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not be analyzing.
Yeah. Or interpreting or planning.
Oh, right.
Planning just what you did, what you have to do today, like what you didn't do, all of these things.
Yeah.
I wrote down what they said too about the power of collective consciousness. In terms of that one kind of tripped me out a little bit when they were saying like if you have a family member that works out, even if you're not there and you don't see it, it'll make you more inclined to work out.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting to think about.
And it's funny because we work out with my cousin.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I, even before they started putting out the videos on Facebook, whenever I worked out at the gym, I was like, I'm gonna push myself like this girl because she's so strong, and I wanna and also in a way I want to support her. Yeah. Even though she's so far apart, but she's doing this and she's doing. She's getting healthy and strong and fit, and I'm gonna do it just to support her also, and for myself. Yeah. It's motivation. It goes both ways.
But it feels good too because you're a cousin.
And especially now, because everyone's so disconnected, it like brings us closer together.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your takeaway that you want to bring into your day?
Hope is activated in the present moment. To just try to be as present as I can in the moment, and also that part about not always analyzing or interpreting information, but just trying to kind of be in the moment.
Yes.
Start with belief, like the belief that you have hope and you can change yourself, you can transform yourself. You don't have to transform or change anyone else. You just be an example. So
and do it for yourself.
Just do it for myself.
Yeah.
I think be myself and become a living example. So be myself and know that I can do it at my own pace.
Nice.
Don't need to rush. Don't need to force things.
Because it takes a lot of effort to cultivate a garden. Growth, it takes a long time.
Yeah. And it's time outside of your control. Yes, you can tend the garden, but once it's there, like, you can't control how fast the seed grows. Once it's a sprout, you can't control how fast. Like, you can be there to support it, but you can't speed up that time.
You can speed it up and just enjoy that process.
Exactly.